So what we're gonna do, there's a remote area weather station just down the road here, and that takes weather readings such as temperature, relative humidity, winds and precipitation, and solar radiation. And it takes all that information and calculates fire danger for us, which we then use to determine where the most prominent areas in the valley for fire danger is. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut up some tundra layers and some spruce tips, and we're gonna take it back to base and put them in an oven and do some calculations to measure the true fuel moisture content and cross-reference that with the RAS station. And if it's way off, we can recalibrate it, or we can kind of compare the real numbers to what the RAS site is predicting. What we want is something that we can measure live duff, dead duff, and lower duff. So what I mean by that, so this is kind of tundra here, and as most people know, tundra can be pretty deep. It can be up to a foot deep, and so we want to cut chunks out of here and separate those layers, and those different layers are going to represent our fine fuels, our duff moisture, and our drought. Oh yeah, this will be good. I'm excited about this one right here. Yeah.
Ooh, perfect.
All right. So, right now I'm splitting apart the live moss from the dead moss. And so, this top layer will represent our fine fuels. Here's the dead moss. And then so you see there's a significant color change right here. This part right here would be called the lower duff, but we're not going to measure the lower duff this go around, so I'm just going to separate those layers right there. What we'll do is we'll take them back to the Palmer Forestry building, where we will put them in a oven specially designed for this for 48 hours that will essentially dry out all the moisture. And so we'll weigh these samples before putting them in the oven, put them in the oven for 48 hours, weigh them again, and then there's some formulas that we'll run to calculate the fuel moisture content.